almost losing certification in 2014, the Sullivan County Jail has been operating under the promise that overcrowding issues would be fixed.
Officers continue to say, though, that safety is at risk and the number of inmates continues to rise. Ashley Sharp went inside the jail herself and found out some feel changes not coming fast enough.
Josh, Sarah, with the highest numbers the Sullivan County Jail has ever seen, both officers and inmates are at their boiling point in a jail that's simply busting at the seams. Today, with nearly 1,000 inmates, Sheriff Jeff Cassidy says the jail is in a critical state.
So this is our maximum security, high-risk inmates.
Inside the Tri-City's largest jail, those locked up are living in conditions that even the staff admits are dangerous and inhumane.
Yeah, this is overcrowded at its max.
The jail at its breaking point. Most cells with double the amount of inmates they're designed to hold.
As you can see, there's more females in here than we have bed space for. People laying on top of each other.
Hundreds forced to sleep on the floor. The overcrowding causing severe systematic issues at the jail. A huge problem, the violence. Are you noticing violent exchanges every day?
Every day.
Times a week?
Every day. People are going to be people. You crowd them in like sardines, there's going to be problems.
For inmate James Mullins, drug charges landed him in the Sullivan County Jail, where he slept on the floor now more than a year.
Jail's not supposed to be pleasant anyway. I understand that, and there's no problem with that. But it's right now the cell I'm in, it's a 16-man cell. We have 21 men sleeping on the floor.
Of the 7 county jail systems in the Tri-Cities, 5 are overcrowded, but none come close to Sullivan County. The Carter County Jail with 300 inmates and 293 beds. Washington County, Tennessee with around 650 inmates with 620 beds. Compared now to Sullivan County with well over 900 inmates with only 619 beds. That's an overcrowding issue of over 300 inmates.
We're going to be decertified, and once we're decertified, we're going to have a whole lot more other issues.
Sheriff Jeff Cassidy says other county sheriffs do not understand how the Sullivan County Jail is still in operation. Let's compare the Sullivan County Jail to the Knox County Jail. Knox County has a total population of 3 times the size of Sullivan, but they see a similar number of inmates. They also have more than twice the amount of staff and utilize a pod system, which is less labor-intensive than Sullivan County's linear system.
No one builds facilities like this anymore. It's so ineffective, and you just can't control it the way it's set up.
Fundamentally flawed. Sheriff Cassidy says the jail was outdated the day it opened in the 1980s. The sheriff's office asking the Sullivan County Commission to ultimately expand the jail, but right now, just increase staffing.
This will be a small tax burden just to get our staff to where it needs to be for the protection of the inmates, protection of the officers, whereas if we don't do that, we're talking federal lawsuit that's going to cost a whole lot more money than that you could ever believe.
The staff at the jail drowning. That's because there's simply not enough of them. The majority of the time, 2 officers watching nearly 300 inmates.
It's very dangerous job for the officers.
Jail administrators say action must be taken, and if it's not taken now, it'll cost taxpayers much more in the long run with the looming threat of decertification and federal lawsuits.
But at this point, there's nothing we can do. We're just kind of at the mercy of the commissioners and everybody else to try to get us some funding.
With a request into the county commission for 32 more jail employees and a Knoxville architect researching how they could expand the facility, it's a waiting game for a jail that's running out of time. Now, just adding those 32 new employees would cost in total $2 million at about a 5-cent tax increase. And this is something that Sullivan County commissioners are torn over, some supporting it, but saying it's simply not in the budget. This is something that they will be voting on this month. In Sullivan County, Ashley Sharp, News Channel 11, in your corner.
Other news tonight, and jail overcrowding continues to be a significant problem in Sullivan County. As Ashley just mentioned, it has been a major issue. The jail almost lost certification in 2014 and has been operating under the promise that it would be at some point expanded. Now, if something does not change at the jail in the near future, Sullivan County officials say that they're going to have to look to other solutions to solve the problem.